When I first started playing BTD6, I was a bit confused about how sacrifices worked both for the Sun Temple and the True Sun God / VTSG. So in this video we're going to go through how sacrifices work and exactly what sacrifices are best for super late game. Stick around. Let's start with Sun Temples. They can accept 3 out of 4 tower categories. If you sacrifice 4 categories anyway, it will choose 3 at random, but you will still lose all your towers in the range of the temple. All categories will give you more benefits the more you sacrifice, all the way up to 50,000. Let's start with primary. On the screen now is all the additional benefits you get depending on how much you sacrifice. I'm going by this quick, so go ahead and pause if you would like to read everything in detail. But in short, primary will give you more damage, pierce and attack speed for the main attack, and also adds 2 new attacks. A golden seeking glaive and 8 golden blades that shoot out in all directions from the temple. Military gives you larger and faster projectiles, more pierce and 2 new attacks, a golden missile and 2 golden specters. Magic gives you a 20% chance to distract bloons with the main attack, and also gains 3 new ones. Firstly, it shoots seeking magic shots. Secondly, it gains a pulse attack that can knock back bloons all the way up to Moab class. And lastly, it spawns mini-sun avatars around it. Support gives more range to the temple and gives a 20% discount to all towers within its range, and gives them more damage, attack speed, range and pierce. It also generates 5,000 cash at the end of each round, and you get 50% more cash from all pops in the range of the temple. When upgrading your Sun Temple to a True Sun God or a Vengeful True Sun God, you can give it sacrifices from all 4 categories. The benefits from each category is pretty much the same, but much stronger. If you would like to create the Vengeful True Sun God, you have to sacrifice at least 50,000 from 3 categories when creating the Sun Temple, and then at least 50,000 from all 4 categories, plus having an anti-bloon and a Legend of the Night outside the range of the temple when creating the VTSG. The Vengeful version does twice the amount of damage of a normal True Sun God, but it also causes you to not be able to place the Legend of the Night or the anti-bloon as long as the VTSG is on the map, but it's definitely worth it. So let's say you wanted to go for a really high round. What sacrifices should you give to temples and your VTSG? To start off, this is how you express what sacrifices you gave to a temple or a True Sun God. A 1 means that this category was sacrificed, and a 0 means that it was not. The first number represents the primary category. Second is military, third is magic, and the fourth is support. Let's start with the Sun Temples. We'll place a temple right here and give it some boosts and test the damage from different sacrifices. In all of the tests, they were given the maximum amount of sacrifices, and these were the results. As you can see, the magic sacrifice gives us by far the most amount of damage, and this is due to the mini-sun avatars. Primary comes in second and military comes in third. Support does not add any damage to the temple itself, only some range, and is instead used to buff other towers. So if you want a maximum damage temple, you want to go for the 1110. But of course, you also want to buff your other towers, so you want to have 1 or 2 support temples whose range will cover the whole map and buff everything. Since military was the worst damage sacrifice, we'll go for the 1011 support temple. And now for the True Sun God or VTSG. In short, the best option here is to go for the 1110 sacrifice when creating the temple, and then 1111 when creating the Sun God. This will give you a 2221 Sun God. The temple buff and the Sun God buff are 2 separate buffs. If you sacrifice support both times, so you have an XXX2 Sun God, it will give both buffs. But you are much better off creating a 2221 Sun God and then 2 1011 temples. This will cause every tower on the map to get both buffs, provided you place them in good positions, and gives the True Sun God the maximum amount of damage. So, to sum it up, you want a 2221 VTSG, 2 1011 temples, and the rest 1110 temples for the best possible setup. And some final notes. I've seen several people say that the damage from the specters and the Minisun avatars does not count towards the temple's damage. But as you can see here, it seems like it does, so I'm not sure where this is coming from, but I thought I would clear that up. Anyway, thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you next time.